Galilee, day 2.
3.
Okay. Day 2, like I said. We are now in the kibbutz. Yechi'am.
What's your name?
I'm Joe, and they're sending it to my parents. Hopefully they didn't forget. We're in Yechi'am, and so we're staying here for 4 nights. It's the second night, and we just got back from a fun packed day full of activities.
Okay, I'm Batya. So the first thing we did was we went to a Miftzar, which is a fortress, and it was really cool. I forgot the name.
I don't know, but it was a fortress from the time of the Crusades. The foundation is from the Crusades, and it was just cool to see. It had a nice, bird's eye view of the whole towns under it and the farms, and you could see everything. It was a nice view, and it was cool to see something that was so old. So that was that.
And then we went to visit a girl. We went to visit a lady who's really old. Her name is Galilee. We're in peki'in.
The tour guide, also.
What tour?
The cave.
Right, where Rashbi was staying there for 13 years. We saw the cave.
Not Rashbi.
Rashbi.
Oh.
And
Cut all this out, by the way.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
Okay.
it was really interesting, and we had a whole lecture from a nice lady who lived there. She taught us all about it. It was really interesting. And then we met Margalit, who lives in Peki'in. Margalit Zonati, right? Zinati. Okay.
Zinati.
She is the only Jew left of her family that lives in Peki'in. That's been there since long, thousands of years ago. And
Since the second Beit HaMikdash.
Yeah, and she's been there, and she refuses to leave. She came back right after World War II. Her family came back, and she stayed there. She was never married, but she's sticking it out, still working the land. It's pretty inspiring. And what did you think about it?
I don't know, I'll give a summary. So basically, in 1938, there were Arab riots in the town of Pekin, and they tried getting everybody out of the town. So her family was resistant. They ended up beating up her father and dragging him to the middle of the town, and they had to flee for a little bit because of their lives were threatened, and they ended up coming back, I think a year later, maybe 2. And she stayed there. Her dad told her, "You don't leave." So she stayed there for the rest of her life, and she's basically living on a moral principle that consists of every single place in our nation, if it's going to be our nation, needs to be occupied by at least one Jew. And she thinks that it would be like a crime to leave.
Yeah.
How could an area be left alone? And Batya so nicely asked her.
Okay.
Wait.
Being in Israel, I had to speak in Hebrew because you understood Hebrew.
She said, "Do you regret?"
So I was under a lot of
living here?"
pressure.
And this girl was a spunky girl. She didn't take anything, so she said, "Do I regret it? Excuse me, I'm proud." There was a little bit of tiff there, but whatever. So yeah, she's really inspiring, and it was cool to see how somebody who's 80 has so much will, and we're complaining about being dirty. But
I also thought it was really interesting that the 4 major religions, was it, that are living in Peki'in, a mixture of them. It's 70%
Christianity, 80% Druze.
Yeah, Druze. No, Druze. 80%
Druze.
Druze, 17% Christianity, and then
and
four
four
Muslims and
Jews.
4 Jewish
That's
families,
all
which is kind of crazy.
Next, where did we go? We went on a hike. Okay, yeah, hike.
Yeah.
Hike. We ate lunch. Also, pretty sick.
It was a good lunch.
Yeah, lafas.
We had
and
hummus
stuff.
for the first time in Israel.
Okay, we went on a hike in the Galilee, which has a lot of historical. Hamaron, yeah, a lot of historical significance in Israel's
We learned
history.
a lot about pine trees.
Yeah, pine trees and cedars and stuff, and that's where all the battles were. It's a very militarily strategic place. Yeah, right. So that's where all the battles were, the rebels and the Romans and stuff. And we hiked somewhere around 1,000 feet 300 meters or something like that. And it was a little hard, but we did it, and it was really nice.
It was hard in the beginning, but then like you got used to it. And it was
Yeah, we got to the top, and there was
the view was gorgeous. You saw Tzfat and the sunset, and you also saw.
Did we see Tzfat?
Yeah, we saw the border with Lebanon. That was cool. And also, like, there were lots of mountains. When you saw them, it looks like they were in the clouds.
Yeah, because there was fog, which, if people don't know, is a cloud actually like on the ground of the earth. And then we ate pizza, and that was like 4 hours, so don't think that was nothing.
Yeah, it was a pretty big thing in our day.
Yeah, then we ate pizza, and now we are here. So we want to go to sleep.
All right, good night.
Adios.
Hi, Mom. Dad.